Don in London, hello. April 16th, 2010, and apart from traffic noise today, it's quite quiet. It has something to do with aeroplanes not flying in the UK and most of Europe due to the volcanic action in Iceland, and one or two people drilling holes in walls. But anyway, my video is all about recovery from addiction to either substance or behaviour. My addictive substance, alcohol, my behaviour, equally addictive to or addicted to people, places, things, work, relationships, trying to do the best I could, and collecting, and trying to fill a gap inside, which was always deep, and it felt empty, and I didn't realise the gap inside, or the emptiness, was there for a good reason. It was to fill with good things, not necessarily wants, but maybe just needs. Need to be loved, to be able to love back, and to be useful, and to be content and find serenity on a daily basis, whatever that might be, or just to be happy or sad as life offers. But for some reason at an early age I was fearful of life, and drink, that first drink, did take the edge off. I remembered it from when I was a child, and then in my teenage years I started drinking, and I kept company with those who drank continuously and copiously, lots and lots. And I guess my father was a good influence, and he never found recovery, or maybe he did just for the last few months of his life. But that's another story, and it's not mine. But well, yes, it is my story. I'm a chip off the old block. Anyway, 35 years later, I did get clarity. I did understand that I could not beat addiction using self-will. Self-will turns to self-obsession, turns to self-will obsessively running riot, trying to control everything and not able to control a thing. So these days it was about a bit of let-go process, letting go the obsession of self-will, and finding how to be sober and make good choices on a daily basis. So what helps me? Family, friends, community, without a doubt, and a fellowship which I talk about and I belong to, and that fellowship is Alcoholics Anonymous. I don't speak for it, never can, never will, never want to. AA is full of unique, authentic people with one similarity: a desire to stop drinking and stay stopped, if possible, a day at a time, and then share experience, strength and hope. So I share my experience, strength and hope because it feels right to do so, and to share how AA helps me in my daily doings or my daily life, and know that it's okay to do that, and that for a lot of people it remains anonymous because it provides sanctuary, like a doctor, psychiatrist, counsellor. It's a place to go, find sanctuary, to find the truth of who we are and tell the truth. So the whole program is based on truth, openness, honesty, and willingness to keep on learning life sober. So how does AA help me? Well, there's a preamble or statement of intent about AA, and it reads like this: Alcoholics Anonymous is a fellowship of men and women who share their experience, strength and hope with each other, that they may solve their common problem and help others to recover from alcoholism. The only requirement for membership is a desire to stop drinking. There are no dues or fees for AA membership. We are self-supporting through our own contributions. AA is not allied with any sect, denomination, politics, organisation or institution, does not wish to engage in any controversy, neither endorses nor opposes any causes. Our primary purpose is to stay sober and help other alcoholics to achieve sobriety. And how on earth do we get to sober living? Well, I just read from a little handy card here, which you can't see too well. No, it won't. Yes, just about. And that's the AA preamble. But inside this little card it's got two sets of information: 12 steps of AA, 12 traditions of AA. 12 steps, stop us committing suicide, get healthy. 12 traditions about not committing homicide, not killing each other, and learning how to live life again. So, principles, traditions, understanding, it's all suggestions, it's not rules. It's not rules about anything, because if you try and pin an alcoholic down and make them do something, the inside person, no matter what, will retaliate. But if we're not told to do anything, and we can just make simple choices in the day about letting go, making those choices based on truth, trying to deal with our emotions as they're happening, we have a fighting chance, or rather not even a fighting chance, an accepting opportunity of making the right choice in what is going on. And in this book, Daily Reflections, I just realised it's in black and white. Sorry about that. In this book it covers the 12 steps, one a month and 1 page a day, offering a reading to help us with our recovery, to meditate or reflect on something useful to us. And April is all about doing, it talks and it doesn't talk, it shares about doing step 4, which is the fearless moral inventory, the personal audit or appraisal of what we've done, when and what's made life difficult or overly difficult. And number 1 is drinking, of course, and then our feelings and emotions out on extremes. And when they're on extremes, they're not very helpful, and often they're called defects of character, out of balance, out of sorts, and most often caused by resentments and anger. So April 16th, it talks about anger, a dubious luxury, and it reads like this: if we were to live, we had to be free of anger. The grouch and brainstorm were not for us. They may be the dubious luxury of normal men, but for alcoholics these things are poison. Dubious luxury. How often have I remembered those words? It's not just anger that's best left to non-alcoholics. I built a list including justifiable resentments, self-pity, judgmentalism, self-righteousness, false pride, and false humility. I'm always surprised to read the actual quote. So well have the principles of the program been drummed into me that I keep thinking all of these defects are listed too. Thank God I cannot afford them, or I surely would indulge in them. And anger and rage. I was just hearing something about road rage on the news. It comes from feeling less than, that somebody is getting something which we want, which is freedom, often to make our choices and be first or be there, or have the best opportunity. And sometimes we need to settle into what is the right opportunity and the right choice in the moment. It's not always about getting past the post first. It's about the journey. We can all end up at the same finishing point in life, which is the ending. But it's the way we deal with life on a daily basis which helps. So step 4, the moral inventory, is very helpful. It's not to be feared either. It's a fearless inventory. So there's a piece in the 12 by 12 which just struck me this morning, all about step 4. Also of importance for most alcoholics are questions they must ask about their behaviour respecting financial and emotional security. In these areas, fear, greed, possessiveness and pride too have often done their worst. Surveying his business or employment record, almost any alcoholic can ask questions like these. In addition to my drinking problem, what character defects contributed to my financial instability? Did fear and inferiority about my fitness for my job destroy my confidence and fill me with conflict? Did I try to cover up those feelings of inadequacy by bluffing, cheating, lying, or evading responsibility, or by griping that others failed to recognise my truly exceptional abilities? Did I overvalue myself and play the big shot? Did I have such unprincipled ambition that I double-crossed and undercut my associates? Was I extravagant? Did I recklessly borrow money, caring little whether it was repaid or not? Was I a pinch penny, refusing to support my family properly? Did I cut corners financially? What about the quick money deals, the stock market and the races? And that applies to many things in life, not just financial. Maybe I'll talk about emotional and romantic on another day. Anyway, what helps me on a daily basis when things are going a bit up and down, or just happy, is the serenity prayer to acceptance. To God or good conscience, as you choose. Grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference for me is just for today.